All right. So everyone, welcome to, I'm going to put it on presenter view or speaker view. There we go. You guys go ahead and mute yourselves if you haven't already. I think you have. This is our, well, technically our third workshop. We do have two virtual workshops that we put out there to you that I hope you all will take a chance to look at. These are two workshops that we did in 2022, which I felt the content was so valuable that we couldn't just leave it in 2022. So we brought those forward. There is a presentation by Coco Chanel Jones, who is our director of social media, and All Hype is what we call her. And that is basically how to use and get started using Canva. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that virtual recording from 2022, please take that time. That one you'll want to watch because she does a lot of kind of demos on the throughout the presentation. And then the second one is a presentation by Rejoice Jones, who is the owner and founder of Vour. And I mean, the company concept is so unique. I don't want to do it injustice by trying to describe it, but basically she helps to leverage companies to get volunteer power, workforce power, all coming together for the good of benefiting not only the volunteer and the gig worker, but also the company themselves. So she really outlines some great ideas that I think all businesses, whether you're small startups, all the way to these corporate big money companies, can benefit. And we utilize her resource to field our entire course, cheer zones. We have 13 courses, cheer zones that Vour helps us to put together throughout the year. So please take some time to listen to those. And I said through August 31st, but they're on YouTube, so you can really watch them at any point. Just click on those links that were in that email you got. Today, we are focusing in on maximizing your exhibitor experience for the race. And I'll say the race 2023, but if we decide to house this on our YouTube channel, this will live on for future years as well. So I will apologize. I'm going to be kind of looking at another screen. So if it doesn't look like I'm looking at you, it's because I'm going back and forth from another screen. And I will be taking some notes too if you guys ask some questions. So on today's workshop, we have Marcel and we've got Trudy, who are representing two amazing up-and-coming small businesses. They have a product, and I think it's going to be great for you all to hear how to participate in the race and get the most out of this experience. So quickly, the history of the race. So this is the 6th year of the race. We have been putting on the race, half marathon, 5K at Expo for 6 years. And we do count and include our 2020 when we hosted a virtual race. We hosted what was I believe, the most well-produced and well-attended and well-participated and supported virtual race in the country. We had over 1,500 runners and walkers and cyclists that year from all over the country. We hosted a virtual expo. So we count 2020 as a consecutive year of hosting the race. We put in probably more work for getting sponsors, partners, exhibitor. It was a whole production. So that 6 years got some girth to it. So this race was conceptualized by a group of runners and run group leaders, running communities, I should say, here in the Atlanta area, that we realized we had so much power, we had so much stake in the running game. You know, we were going out all over the country supporting all of these race events. And, you know, I've been a race director, as I mentioned, for 12 years, dating back to 2012. And, you know, we just kind of had this idea, like, why don't we put together a race and try to utilize as many resources as we can. Black-owned businesses putting together the race, from everything from producing the race to timing the race to the logistics, all the things that you see. And one of the number one things that we wanted was a health and wellness expo that supported Black-owned businesses, that was able to showcase Black products and services, and then also try to leverage corporate sponsorships from some of the top Black-owned businesses in the nation, really in the world. So the Race Expo has been like one of the like first centerpieces of the concept of the race. I won't go too deep into the history of the race because again, we got 5 years of receipts. But if you want to visit the race website, we have an archive page where you can go and read articles about how we got started. You can actually watch our initial Kickstarter campaign to see why 1,000+ people backed the race and wanted to see it come to fruition. And you can definitely go on our YouTube page and see highlight videos from every single year. And those highlight videos are real. I mean, they capture really the true essence of the race. And even our Instagram, I mean, the way Instagram is so powerful these days where you can pretty much see the recaps. We have all of our recaps from 2022 housed on our Instagram page. Actually, if you go back, this is August 28th that we're having this conversation. I believe the second to last post on our Instagram is a recap of the Race Expo 2022. And I literally sat there and watched that like, oh my God, it was so awesome last year. I can't wait. So please go out and check that out. So let's start with the one step that you have already taken. The first way to maximize, let me wrap up with my first opening statement with the race. We are touting the race as the fastest growing expo of small and Black-owned businesses in the nation. We have grown every year, and we want the race to become one of those events. Just like you mentioned, Marcel, when someone's like, you've got to be there. You got this product, you got to be at the race. Like, that's what we are becoming. And your participation, your success in the Race Expo is going to make that growth happen even faster. We're actually pretty much at capacity this year for our goal. The deadline to apply is August 31st, which is in 3 days. So we're going to keep the application open. But I mean, I told Elise, who you all have communicated with, she's our director of partnerships. I said, Elise, I think we're good. Like if it ended today, we have an amazing expo. So the first thing that you need to do is apply and engage. Apply and engage. And again, you all are I'm preaching to the choir when I'm talking to you, but those of you who are watching this pre-recording, or maybe you're watching this going into 2024, put your application in and engage. The sooner we know that you're on board, the sooner we can start tagging you on social media, learning more about your business, formulating, what the expo is going to look like. We totally understand, funds can be tight and how your revenue comes and goes. Again, I've been in business for 12 years. I know about ebbs and flows of budget, but filling out the application doesn't cost money to fill out the application. I had several potential exhibitors reach out to me and say, hey, I want to apply, but I can't make the payment right away. We put that payment link in there just for your convenience, so we don't have to worry about, chasing you down. But the deadline to submit your payment is usually around September 1st. This year it is exactly September 1st. And we're extremely flexible with payment, but get in, apply so that we can get all your information. We can get your logos, your social media. Hopefully you all have seen the tags that we've done for you throughout the summer. And then when you see us tagging you and engaging with you, engage right back. Make sure that you're letting people know all throughout the fall, all throughout the spring, summer. And then as we get into this fall, that you will be there at the race. We don't want you to have a October 6th experience. We want you to build a following, gain new followers and customers, and then take those customers with you when you leave and you pack up on the last day. So, oh goodness. Hey, Vicky. Oh, wait, she's still connecting. We got Vicky from ComSwank joining us. Hey, lady. So we're in the thick of it. So I'm just going to keep going, but I'm definitely going to come back and let you introduce yourself. Okay. All right. So again, applying early and engaging. So that's step one. And again, you all have already done that. The next thing is fine-tuning your national presence. So one thing that we look for on your application is that you do have a website, that you do have some kind of social presence, because that's just how you got to do business these days. Now, we've had some years where we have partnered with businesses that don't really have a tight presence. And unfortunately, those folks haven't come back because, you know, they really weren't able to maximize the the opportunity. And so they didn't see the value in it. So we're going to encourage you, and all of you are great examples. Y'all have websites. People know how to get in touch with you. You're out in the community. Like you said, you're doing events. So, you know, one thing that we encourage you to do, if you're going to be at various events from the time you apply to the race weekend, tag us that you're going to be at the such and such event or such and such race event. Because we want to continue to connect, and that goes back to the engagement, connect our audience with your brand, okay? You can tag us as much as you want, just don't tag us on like insurance options and all that stuff, like on stuff that has to do with your business, but or the, you know, the latest meme or whatever. But people do that too. But yeah, if it's business related, if it can help you get 1 or 2 eyes, and remember, the race has a national following. We are based in Atlanta. This is not an Atlanta event. All right. Can y'all, I know y'all are on mute. Can y'all, everybody say this is not an Atlanta event. You're not trying to come here and move Atlanta. You're trying to come here and get a national audience. Now, we do have about 60% of our participants are from the state of Georgia, but even that percentage, and I always say I got to find out the actual percentage of Atlanta metro area. You know, it's a national audience. So if you are doing events regionally or all over the country, or again, if you have a website where people can order and be shipped. Thank you, Vicki. You're right, international. So we are able to help you connect with people all over the country. So a great example of that, outside of this great group, excuse me, one of our legacy partners is Yolani Hair Care. Yolani has been with us since day one. Her products are available online, but she's got that kind of following where when people come to the race, they're looking to stock up on all their hair care products. She's got a great hair moisturizer that I get every single year. She's got skin products. She's got jewelry. Another great example is this woman right here that I don't know if you guys can see her on your screen. Cam Swank, you know, she has a wonderful company that makes custom and handcrafted African apparel. And I'm not going to try to introduce you, Cam. I'll let you, can't let you introduce yourself, but she's got a national following. There's people who come every single year and they beeline, they get their packet and they beeline to her booth every single year. And this year she's partnering with us in an extremely special way because of that legacy history. And every one of our race retreat participants are getting a custom product from that company, and that's going to resonate. So build up fine tune your national presence. Make sure you're coming to the race already engaged with our national audience. All right. Let me pause right there. I do want to give Vicki a chance to introduce herself and then take a couple of questions if you have any. Vicki, unmute and tell us a little bit about your company and a little bit about I know you get passionate when you talk about the race, but we'll get to the testimonials at the end. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm sorry I am driving in this rain, but I am safe. So thank you for the opportunity to join you. My name is Vic Carew. I am the CEO and co-founder of ComSwang. ComSwang provides authentic, unique, handcrafted custom products that are created right on the west coast of Africa, and it provides an opportunity for our clients to seamlessly incorporate Africa into your lifestyle. I am grateful and proud to have been a part of the race from day one. Looking forward to engaging again. If this is your first time, strap up, get ready. It is a phenomenal experience, and I'm looking forward to being a part of it once again. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have any questions on that first kind of part? I'm going right into something she just mentioned from there. All right, so I'll keep it moving. So the next, this is huge, guys. Build your inventory. All right, don't come to the race with 10 of your best products because you're going to sell out in the first 12 minutes, and then you're going to be sitting there talking to people about how great your product is. But seriously, you know, you've all been in business long enough to kind of know what that product is that everybody's going to be coming for. Trudy, if you got flavors that you know go very fast, or you have ones that you know do better as you're sampling versus your, hey, I want to buy that one after I've sampled it. Make sure you come stocked up. Now we'll give you the closest estimate to numbers as we possibly can in the 2 weeks leading out. Elise is going to begin sending out correspondence. I think the first round of emails goes out like the first week in September after Labor Day, and then there's another one maybe the second or third week, and you'll start getting your load in, all that. But we are on track for 2,000 participants this year. So the expo, which is on Friday, and I'll go into the logistics here in just a sec as well, which is on Friday. All participants are required to come and pick up their packet, but we still will see about 75 to 80%, just because some people will have someone else pick up their packet for them, or someone will come and pick up multiple packets. But very rarely do we have somebody just come pick up their packet and then leave. You'll understand why when you I'm going to show you guys at least one video before we get off of here. But yeah, you'll understand why definitely when you get into the environment. This isn't a show up, get your packet and roll out type of event. And then on Saturday morning, it is definitely a drop off on how many people would purchase, because it's a race day environment. But you might have some folks that you're going to meet on Friday at the expo, and those people are okay, thank you. Those people are going to, you know, say, oh, you know, I forgot my checkbook. Do people write checks anymore? I forgot my my credit card or whatever. Are you gonna be there tomorrow? So if you're planning on exhibiting on Saturday, and Vicky can definitely let you know the benefits of being Friday and Saturday, because she's done that every year as well. But it's not going to be the same level. It's not as much time, and people are in kind of race day mode on Saturday. But that Friday from 11 to 7, it's people are motivated to come and purchase. So build your inventory and build your resources. Make sure you have lots of ways that people can reconnect with you. I highly recommend, I mean, QR codes are definitely a big thing now, but I'm still, and I'm speaking for myself, I'm still the type of person that likes something tangible to take with me, because I might forget. I'll put it on my phone and then it gets pushed all the way down, because, you know, I got 50 million tabs open on my phone. So yeah, I'll click your QR code, but I might not, but if I have like that little, you know, business card, flyer, whatever, that's something I'll put in my race bag, and maybe I don't read it right away, but it's there. So I would recommend having some type of tangible piece that you can let people know how to visit you on the web. You know, in the case that you do run out, like, you build your inventory the best you know how, but you still sell out of everything. Yay, we want that. You want to make sure people still know how to get your product. And then also, again, your resources, making sure your website is clear and it looks good, because you don't want to send people to your website and then they go there and there's nothing to see. And then definitely build your team. You know, if you're coming down or coming up or coming over, you want to have at least 2 people who are going to be there, because it is very exhausting working at Expo for 8 straight hours by yourself, trying to talk to everybody, trying to ring up purchases. I mean, 3 would be really ideal. But 2, definitely. 3 is good, because then you can have somebody, you know, you can rotate off, take a break. Because one thing you hopefully are going to want to do is go and meet other vendors and get to know other partners that are there. So building your inventory and resources, build your team. And I mean, you've already made the investment in your company by, you know, investing with your exhibitor partnership fees. But it's also an investment how you're going to look at the race. Okay. So I'll go into that next. So the logistics of the race. Again, we are a 2-day opportunity. Friday from 11 to 7, your load-ins will be anywhere between 9 and 10. You'll start to get that information when we still have to create our site plan. So again, our application closes on August 31st. So once we get everybody who's planning to be there, Elise and I get together a couple of times over the next couple of weeks and create like a mock site plan. From there, we'll start reaching out, start planning who's going to be where. And then she will reach out to you with some preliminary information. And then it's more of like a confirmation. Oh, another thing, if you do have an insert or any kind of flyer that you want to put in, we make about 300 bags for our race retreat participants. So the race retreat is our kind of opt-in VIP experience for runners. It's an additional purchase for people. So we make bags for them, and actually we're not making the bags. Cam Swank is providing, has made the bags. They're all getting a beautiful African print zip up tote, which I'm excited about. And those bags will be pre-stuffed with any of our partners' flyer or marketing promotional tool. Elise will reach out to you, but I believe the deadline for getting those to us is going to be somewhere around September 20th. And you'll need to provide at least 300. And then you'll want a few extra for your actual, not a few extra, you want extra for your actual table at the event if you choose to do that. So that can be a point back to your website. It can be a business card. It can be whatever you want it to be. And then again, the week leading up will be kind of the fine tuning, final load in information. And then really you show up at the time that you are slotted to show up. It's extremely important that you show up at the time that you are slotted to show up, because it's a flow. We want to make sure everybody has plenty of space, plenty of time to get themselves set up. I believe in your application, you were asked to describe what your setup looks like. So if you got like 1 million racks and tons of product, we're going to give you one of the earlier time slots. If you just got a table, some flyers, and a couple of QR codes, then you'll get one of the later time slots. So if you feel like you didn't give enough detail on your setup, you're free to reply back to Elise at the Race Partnerships at Gmail and just give, hey, this is a little update on what my setup's going to look like. Unless otherwise indicated, everyone is receiving a 6-foot table, and I believe it's 2 chairs. And this year we are going to go ahead and provide a black tablecloth if you need it. If you have your own branded tablecloth and you don't need it, then we'll just take that black tablecloth off. But when you arrive, unless we know in advance, when you arrive, that tablecloth will be on the table. And if you don't need it, we'll take it and use it somewhere else. But highly recommend branded tablecloths if you have those. And then if you have some kind of backdrop, just as long as it stays in your kind of 6 to 10 foot space, you should be good to go. We have a few partners that have bigger spaces, like Cam Swank usually has kind of a 10 by 20 type space. And some of and Trudy, you'll most likely be outdoors, so you'll be kind of outside in a designated space. And we'll talk probably offline about how you want to be positioned Expo Day and how you want to be positioned on race day, because it might be a little more beneficial for you to be kind of like right as people come across the line. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about we might do that 2 setup thing like we did last time, so we'll talk. And then Expo Day, again, it's a long day, it's exhausting. We don't know what the weather's going to be like. The basic setup of the expo is we have an outdoor space and an indoor space that we utilize. Our indoor space is just a huge auditorium that we convert into a trade show pack and pickup room. And then the outdoor space, we have some of our apparel, some of our fitness apparel partners. Big Peach Running Company usually brings their big bus out there. Let's see who else. Lululemon is going to be doing some activations on our outdoor stage. All of our food vendors obviously are outside, and a couple of other partners will be outside. And then on Saturday morning, everybody is outside. We do not utilize the big auditorium on Saturday morning, but anyone who is going to be also exhibiting on Saturday morning, what we usually do is help you move outside, get everything preset, and luckily we have not had overnight rain. So it works out really well. So we're just gonna go ahead and claim that again this year. And you can leave your stuff, everything is gated and secure, so you can leave everything outside. You can bring everything, set it up outside. If you are going to be outside on day 2, we highly recommend a tent. It's not necessary, but it's just a better look, and it's easier for people to kind of know your space and what's going on. But it can be done without a tent if you don't have a tent. And if you have some kind of elaborate setup, we can position you in a space that will work for that. Let's see. And then Saturday morning, we ask all of our exhibitors to be set up and ready to go by 6 a.m. And that's mainly because if you don't get in by 6 a.m., you ain't gonna be able to get in, because all the runners are coming. All the traffic is coming to our Impact Church, Impact Event Center, and you're not gonna be able to get in there. And once the race starts, we're utilizing the road that it takes to get into the venue for the half marathon and the 5K, and you won't be able to, you'll get stuck. So just get in there, get yourself set up. It's going to be dark, so it's very unlikely you're going to get a lot of sales pre-race, but you're in there. You can stand on the side, cheer the runners off, be excited. You might get a few people who come over there and be like, oh, I'm coming back to see you after the race. But then once the race takes off, we take off, and the sun just kind of comes up as the race is going. It's beautiful. And then as people finish, it's just a big festival party type environment. Just a reminder to it is not required for you to exhibit on day 2, but I believe all of you are planning to exhibit both days, right? Okay, good. So I'm speaking to you specifically. That's how it'll flow. And then we usually wind down somewhere around 10:30. Vic is always there until she's always breaking down with us. Like, she's there until the bitter end. I think she done sold some stuff after she done broke down in her entire thing. Like, oh, you still got any more earrings? So this is the example of maximizing your time with the race. And then, so that's the logistics. Again, you'll get more specifics on timing, but you've got the dates, the locations, all that is in your original application, and it's on the website. And yeah, and if you all want to run the race, it is possible. I highly recommend the 5K over the half marathon if you are exhibiting on race day. But if you want to run the race, it is possible for you to run the race, especially if you got somebody manning or womaning your booth. But even if all of y'all wanted to do it, you could definitely run in. All of you should have gotten your complimentary registration codes. So if you aren't going to use them, feel free to use those as promotional items. Say, hey, we're going to be at the race. Who wants to represent Run Rack at the race? So make sure you use those by September 20th. So real quick, let me stop there. Questions about logistics?
I have 2 questions. I think they're probably self-explanatory, but I'll just go ahead and ask them. For the race, for like our setup, I have like a picture of like my last event. Would it be better if I just sent that picture over to Elise as opposed to trying to describe it? I'm assuming that.
Great. Elise is a millennial, so she's all about the text and the pictures. Yes, send it over. I mean, not just being a millennial, that's just helpful to be able to see it.
Right.
We have a partner that's going to be doing a whole VR thing, and he was describing. I was like, "Do you have a picture of what this looked like last time you did it?" He's like, "Yep, that really helped." So yes.
Okay. And then my second question is, if I have like additional tables, as long as it fits into that space, is it okay if I bring those tables as well, or is it just the one table that we have to use?
Yep, that's fine. And if for some reason you don't need our table, let us know, because tables are a premium. Sorry. But yes, you can, anything that fits into your space. And again, if you overflow a little bit, it's fine. Especially if you send us that picture so we know what we work with. But yeah.
And then lastly, is there going to be music playing? Like, can we have music playing at our spots? Kind of want to know, what the deal is with that.
Yes. So my next topic is the vibe of the Race Expo. So you segmented me perfectly. Does anyone else have any other questions?
I did. So I would love to have actually build a step and repeat
Mhm.
You know, maybe even like podiums when people come. So they really feel like it's a race experience. That they're getting their medals and you know they can go on this podium. But is there going to be a space for me to display that next to our tent, or is that something we can talk about offline?
Yeah, we can talk about it, Trudy, because again, with you being a recovery product, I'm gonna talk to you about all the things that we're gonna be doing, and you're gonna let me know what you think is gonna work best for you.
Okay.
We have the finish line experience. We've got our group village, which is gonna have a recovery tent. And then we also have our food vendor area.
Right.
So, and I mean, it's not huge space, but you know, those are three distinct places where, I mean, I feel like finish line, you get the people like just kind of moving and
Right.
issue. So we might want to put you somewhere where like they've kind of settled. Okay, now what's going on? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
But we'll talk about that. And I love that idea of having your own like recovery pops backdrop podium. I love that. That's
Okay. All
um
right.
all right. Any other questions? So I'm gonna attempt to try to show you guys this video that was on our Instagram. Let's see. Hopefully the sound is decent. Okay. Can you guys see an Instagram screen? Yes? Okay. So let me go and how do I go back? Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's turn the. That's it?
Pretty gay in the summer storm. It's the winter's turn. Hope you hold the toe is just better with something like opus. One, young, you know, two is like a snowflake. Okay, so it's not bad. Words blurring, engine current. Mom's right, but I'm so determined. Chopped up the throne, now she in the zone. They talking about the 2-3. Mommy in the zone like the homie 2-3. Jordan chain, make no difference. We gon' ball in the same. I am the right Jordan, a reporter. You might want to go back and record it. It's not important, so it's important to go for the hype of being greatly employed. But misery, I want to show them. Oh, baby, just ignore them. Truth but damn, I'm just learn. I gotta drop like a stick on the top. It's your turn. Hey. Hey. Oh, mama.
All right. So I'm gonna let that play again on mute. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. You can hear me? So what you're seeing here, and a lot of tight shots, but this right here, that is the expo room. This is our store, which is off to the side. That's the outdoor space. That's Elise, by the way, for those of you who haven't met her. Right here, that's Elise. So the indoor has a huge stage. It's a Impact Church is our venue, but they're an Impact Event Center for our purposes. It's a huge auditorium. We have a DJ that will be playing music unless there's something going on the stage. We'll have 3, maybe 4 different presentations that are going on the stage throughout the day. And we'll have the run of show and everything finalized and sharing that with you. One of those presentations will be a exhibitor showcase. So you all will get an invite to get up on the stage for 5 minutes and showcase your product. So we'll talk to you about those time slots that are available. And our host, Brittany, who was earlier in the video, she's going to be going around interacting with you all throughout the expo. She's going to get you on the microphone. She's going to, you know, be talking about, oh, you got to come over here and see Run Rack. They got da, 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 da. She's amazing. She's going to definitely bring lots of attention to each one of you. The outdoor area, we have a series going on our outdoor stage, a fitness series. Trying to see good. These are a lot of tight shots, but you can see, let's go to the next clip. Yeah, so you can kind of see behind there, we have a green space. We've got two little stages. There'll be music playing obviously during the presentations, and then in between presentations, we'll have some music. We've got these huge screens, indoor and outdoor. They're going to be displaying all kinds of great graphics and content. You can see kind of in the background of the indoor expo, our runner name board. So that's the names of every single registered runner displayed. So a lot of them are going up on the stage. See the DJ there. FYI, that's my husband, DJ Magnificent Mal. So he's going to pretty much be there most of the day, just making sure the microphones are available, playing music in between presentations. That's our packet pickup. So the runners will come in from the outside through the inside. They'll first go through and get their packet. And then they'll turn the corner and enter into the expo. So that's kind of how the vibe of it. But presentations going on, interactive, and we have 3 MCs that will be floating around indoor and outdoor, making sure there's high engagement. And then a new added benefit that we are excited to announce to you all today, we are going to be partnering with a media company called Natural Leaders Media. This company is founded by a gentleman named Daniel Finch, who I've known for a couple of years. He actually did our highlight video in 2021. So if you watch that highlight reel from 2021, his company produced that, filmed and produced that. He is going to be, for us, for the race, filming a kind of recap documentary style of all of our Race Expo. He is offering to each of you, and you're going to get an email about this probably next week. He is offering to all of our partners, our exhibitor partners, our sponsors, as well as our charity partners. If you want his crew to come and do a 2 or 3 minute capture of just your company at the Race Expo, he's going to be doing consultations with companies that want to hire them to come in. They're already going to be there and, you know, do some extra filming that's going to focus completely on you. And he's got a very reasonable package for all of the business. I told him, I was like, these are a lot of small businesses. So this content, you can take this content and repurpose it for your social media, for your future. Like if you need to pitch, if you need to have something, you know, on video, you can have his team take you kind of out to the side and do a quick little like testimonial, whatever it is you want to do. I'll leave it up to his team to figure out what's the best way to capture you. So when you get that email from me, probably, I'm thinking I'm going to send it out on Tuesday after Labor Day. His company is called Natural Leaders Media, and he is very excited to work with a few of our small businesses. I'm hoping he gets an overwhelming response, and he's like, I can only do so many. But he will be out there. At the very least, you're going to be captured in our video as a partner. So we're using that content to help further grow the Race Expo. So that's the vibe of the race show. We are, it's very unique. I mean, if you've ever attended a Race Expo for your own personal running or as a vendor or a sponsor, I'm just telling you right now, it's not like any expo that you've ever participated in. It is 90% Black people will be there. And you know how we are when we're around our people. And we know, you know, we love to support, especially quality products, especially products that present themselves with a story, which we all have stories when it comes to our businesses and why we start them and why we continue to flourish in them. Trudy, what you experienced in June, that's the vibe of a Running Nerds event, but it's a whole nother level at the race. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited to have that conversation with you after this event to get your take. And then I think you're supposed to be coming back in December as well. So that's going to be really cool. And then the vibe of the race day, again, is very different in terms of the traffic that you'll get. I'll let you guys visit the Instagram to see the video. It's the next video in the stream to see race day, but it's electric as well. If anything, and for those of you who are watching the replay, if you're not going to be exhibiting or setting up on race day, at least come out and see, because it's amazing. All right, and then the last 2 things I wanted to touch on before I open it up for questions or even testimonials, networking and connections. You are going to be in this expo with at least 40 plus other small business owners, corporate partners. So there's going to be Big Peach Running Company will be in the house, a couple of other brick and mortar type businesses, and definitely feel free to go give your business card, talk about possibilities. There will be the runners themselves are coming from all over the world, all over different businesses. I mean, people, you're going to make connections and make sure you are ready. You got your business cards ready. You carve out some time. Again, I hope that none of you are going to come by yourself, so you have to work your booth for 8 straight hours, and you get a chance to wander around, talk to people, try other products, figure out where, hey, Trudy, where are you really seeing some good runner engagement? And you guys can have that conversation and pick up new gigs like Trudy did at our event. That makes me so happy. Down the line, I would love to be able to do some type of networking event associated with this event. We're not prepared for it this year, but if that's something that we can build up to, maybe the last hour, we say, all of our business partners come into a room and we just talk, but you guys can do that organically. You don't need me to set something up to meet people and make connections. So please take advantage of that. If you fail to meet someone after it's all said and done and you want to follow up, that's my last little take. The follow-up is huge. We do appreciate completing our post-event survey. It's the only way we're going to get better and the only way we're going to know if there were any hiccups or things that we can improve on. So you're going to get that follow-up survey, but we also love just direct testimonials. When Vic was mentioning she was driving home in the rain, she lives literally right down the street from me. So I know what rain you were in, and I'm thankfully safe inside. I still hear the thunder and the lightning, but she has come to my house several times to show me products, talk ideas. So, I mean, I'm not saying you're going to visit all the people that you meet at their house, but just letting you know that follow-up and that feedback is very important. And that's the only way we're going to grow. And that's the only way we're going to continue to make sure our products, our services, our businesses are succeeding and thriving. So I'm excited to have all of you. Again, this is going to be, I believe, the most dynamic, diverse expo that we've had. We've got, hold on, let me get my list. While I'm doing this, please go ahead and start thinking about your questions. Actually, while I'm looking at my list, I'm gonna read off the list of partners that we have committed. Vicki, are you able to unmute and just give us a quick testimonial about your experience? And I want you to get as detailed as you feel comfortable. Talk about, have you made money? Have you got return customers? Don't let me say it. Let's hear it straight from you. How has your experience been over these 6 years?
Absolutely. It is really hands down my favorite event to do every year. So I really look forward to doing it. It is, there are people who come every year that I look forward to seeing. They look forward to seeing me, literally people from all over. And the reason why I mentioned earlier about international, I have actually shipped internationally from people who come to the race, and then they order afterwards as well. So the vibe is nothing like it. I'm running this year, so I will have somebody there. I've run in the past as well. People do shop on race day. Once they finish, they'll come over and shop. And then there are also people who aren't racing, but they come to support their family members or friends who are racing, and they end up also being customers. So so come ready. I'm an introvert, but you would not know because of the way that, I mean, people just really come in there excited to be there because they know that this is an event that was made in excellence, executed in excellence. So people come in, they want to invest in our businesses as Black businesses, because also they want to support the economic angle and focus of the race as well. So be prepared to just engage. And sometimes some of the people who don't even make a purchase with you will bring other people who will make a purchase with you, and then they will connect with you. I know that one of the partners reached out to me independently of the race because they wanted to include items in gift boxes they were making for like 150 influencers for their business. And so they reached out to me. So I was able to partner with them there.
Hey,
So
who's
it goes
that?
well beyond the race. Lululemon.
You didn't tell me. See, y'all don't be telling me when y'all be making these connections. I want to be able to brag about these things.
Yeah,
Come on now, for real? Lululemon reached out to you?
absolutely. This was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was after the
My
2021
God.
race.
Wow, I did
They
not know that.
did.
That's
They
awesome.
did. Yeah.
All
So
right.
so I'm really always excited about it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be there. And even one of the there's another vendor who was there for, I think it was the first or the second year. Um John uh
Yeah, the
he
apparel
does
company.
athletic wear.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yes, yes. And so we're still in contact. I still use his pieces. He also supports Kamswang. So Yolani, she's one of the people who we both look forward to seeing each other every year. So these are really connections that go beyond the race. It's so I would encourage you to come receptive to receive beyond what your expectations are. So and don't limit yourself to what you think this would be. Get involved even after the race is over, even if you pack up and stay engaged, because it really, the atmosphere on Expo Day, the atmosphere on race day really, really, really is something I look forward to every year. So I hope you all um would come and like me, make this your favorite, one of your favorite things to do and be a part of every year.
All right. The check is in the mail, Vic. Thank you so much. No, I'm kidding. Thank you all so much. Like that was truly what we are aimed for. Again, when we put this race together and thought about it, we want these legacy partners, and we call all of our partners that have been with us for either 4 or 5 years, our legacy partners. So real quick, I'm just going to read the list of partners that we have. So we, as you know, we have levels of partnership that basically align with where you are as a business. So we have our sponsors. So sponsors just get a little bit more social media attention. Some of our sponsors aren't interested in exhibiting. They might just say, hey, we just want to, make sure that the race has the resources that they need. So there might be a little bit more of a cash side to that, but they also get the opportunity to exhibit in bigger spaces, big activations. And then we have our exhibitor, and then we have our small business sponsors for those businesses that are small businesses where, $4,000 or $5,000 is not realistic for them at this time in their business. But we wanted to make sure that all of our small businesses had an opportunity to be at that sponsored level. And then we have just an Expo exhibitor partner, and I shouldn't say but you are only expected to come and exhibit at the Expo. Anything that we receive from you in terms of social media presence, anything that we offer in terms of social media presence is just an icing on the cake. So let's see. So just in no particular order, this is actually the order in which people applied. So we've got Javare, which is a corporate sponsor. Yolani Hair Care, Angie O'Neill Designs, it's jewelry, Chick-fil-A, Sweat Q, Athletic Apparel, Big Peach Running Company, Fitness to Fashion, the Road Runners Club of America, Natural and Fit Designs, Vibe Ride, Monday Night Brewing, Lululemon, Black Bean Coffee Company, Com Swank, Black Flag Magnet, Run Rack, Omni Flavors Food Truck, Iwi Fresh, Johnny and Clyde's Food Truck, Dope Pieces Puzzle Company. I said peddling company. We got a cycling crew called Dope Peddlers. Connect, Grow, and Thrive, Recovery Pops, the Oak Tree Group, Alcavita Alkaline Water. We're very, very excited to have them back. They are providing all the hydration for the race. Black-owned alkaline water company. H.J. Russell and Company, The Movement Experience, Huckberry Productions, C4 Financial Group, Symphony Chips, Soul Inspired Cars, the Atlanta Beltline, and Natural Leaders Media, who I mentioned. Those are the folks who have actually taken the time to actually fill out the form. I know we've got at least 3 outstanding folks that need to still fill out their partnership form. But as you can see, it's going to be a great expo. You're going to get a chance to meet some amazing business owners and hopefully make some amazing connections. And more importantly, make some money for your business. All right. I want you to sell out everything you come with. So that is all I have, everyone. Are there any final questions that I can answer for you? I'm going to wrap this up right at 1 hour.
I had one question. I'm sorry. I know I asked a lot of questions.
Oh, that's fine. That's what we're here for.
The flyer or the insert for the retreat bag. To whom do I send that to, and by what time? I missed that.
Elise is going to send you an email with that. You'll probably send it to our headquarters address, my house, and I believe we're going to set the date of September 20th. I got to look at the calendar to see what that just gives us some flexible days. We won't start because we also have I take that back. It's going to be more than 300 because we can also put in our virtual packets, and we're towards about 150 virtual participants. So if she'll send you an email that says if you want them in the virtual packets, you want this many. If you want them in the race retreat, you want this many. If you want them just in the virtual packets or just in the race retreat, then you can gauge it that way. And then just show them through that address.
Okay, awesome. And I'm looking so forward to this. I didn't know what to expect with this being my first time. And like I said, I was introduced by some other person, and just hearing what this event has to offer has me way more excited than I thought I would be. So.
Yeah, that's exactly why we wanted to host these workshops for you. And Darren, is that your name? Or is that your avatar? No.
No, that's my name. That's my name.
Feel free to just quickly introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Darren. I'm a business partner with Marcel with the Run Rack. Me and Marcel, we've been at this since we've been about, I think I might have been 13. He might have been 12.
Okay.
We well past 40 now. So, I'm at 40. He's getting here soon.
Well, look, it's my birthday week, so I'm all about the age up right now. I'm turning 46 on Thursday.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll take it. All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. So thank you all for tuning in, that have tuned in. And if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to email us at theracepartnerships@gmail.com, or you can email us at info@theraceuc. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can try to comment, but I don't know who checks the YouTube comments, so just email us. And thank you, Trudy. I appreciate that. And we look forward. Now, I think some of you signed up for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very similar presentation, except I'm just going to hone in more specifically on sponsorship. So if you feel like you want to hear more details, you can tune in, but you guys should all be pretty good on what we talked about today. But you are more than welcome to come back and see me again tomorrow. I'm gonna try to wear a different shirt and hat, so I'll look a little different.